You with our non-stop coverage on the Dhingra report. We begin this coverage with our editor Niranjan's phono with Subramanian. Swamy, he gives us breaking news on what's happening in the BJP after this breaking news on Dhingra report.
So, Dr. Swamy, Republic has accessed a 124-page report, the Dhingra report that most media channels have stayed away from for all these years. And it sort of talks about not just the nepotism between Hooda and Vadra. It, for the first time, drags in families of the Congress parties. Your first reaction, sir?
I think it's very specific because I think in around pages 115 to 20,
yes,
they say that these are the following offences committed, and it comes squarely within the Prevention of Corruption Act. And I think our government has got the CBI has no excuse now but to register a case and prosecute them.
Dr. Swamy, for the first time, I think Sonia Gandhi's name has been mentioned in this report. It says the land approval was done openly using Sonia Gandhi's name. And I'll just quote that part for you. On page 104, it says, Shri Hitesh Sharma, who had given this report in his testimony before the commission, stated that Robert Vadra was son-in-law of Srimati Sonia Gandhi. Since he was a VIP, he had capacity to build a colony. So does it now become clear that family was used to get land?
Oh, absolutely. That's also one of the sections of the Prevention of Corruption Act. For instance, Sonia Gandhi may not directly be involved, but if you look at section 13, bracket 1, bracket D, part 3, it says that if you have facilitated someone to get a pecuniary advantage without your getting anything, even that is corruption. So Sonia Gandhi very clearly comes within four walls of the Prevention of Corruption Act.
So one of the biggest, I think, the most scathing aspect of the report is how, Justice Dhingra has completely exposed Hooda and how he's literally ripped apart, Hooda and talks about how aspect of grant of licenses was abuse of power given the minister in charge and the chief minister in this case. He talks about how Hooda's son and his daughter-in-law in other cases, people involved in the family. Now, their land was used to sell the plot to Vadra, and how nearly 50 crores was made. Robert Vadra made 50 crores, which is 1 lakh built-up capital.
Vadra had a very interesting management principle. You first get a land which is designated for, say, a hospital or school or something, naturally at a low price, because these are subsidized. And then you get the conversion done to freehold, and then sell it to the dealer. And when he bought it, the DLF also gave him the money, and later on paid a high market price for it. So he made a cool profit without doing any work. So that's also there in the report.
Yeah, Dr. Swamy, one question. This report was submitted last August.
Yeah.
But for some strange reason, we spoke to Justice Dhingra as well, and we asked him this question: why there has been no action? And his guess was as good as mine. He said, "I don't know. You must ask the BJP government." Do you think there's some sort of a hesitancy as far as the BJP government is acting? Huh?
There was some people in our government who felt that this will disrupt parliamentary work and so on and so forth. But I am happy to say that in the recent past, as you may have seen in the case of the Chidambaram and the prosecution, Mr. Sonia Gandhi on the National Herald, the Prime Minister has made it clear that fighting corruption is top priority and no one should intervene. And the last 2-3 cases I know, there has been no intervention from any political authority. And the Prime Minister's orders are now being executed, and the law enforcement have started to work on it, and we are very serious about taking this to its logical end.
But Dr. Swamy, I think you do admit it. I think one last question to you. Yes. You do admit that there was a fear in the BJP that if this report was acted upon,
there were two schools of thinking. One was mine, which was very radical, but there were others who are much better placed inside the government than me. And they did delay, and they in fact tried to remove officers who were getting very active, for whom I had to go to the Supreme Court to get them reinstated. So there was this thing, but now that has changed. Now you will not find any delay.